Holla at the kid. We go to China, get the motherfucking KRISS, pop some hoes, holla.
You already know what it is, bitch ass nigga, Pooh Heff. Yeah. Star. Recession proof.
Pooh Heff.
Now tell me who the illest in this hip hop business? Who put you on the real hip hop in your cities? Who put you to the test? You rise above the rest. There's only one DJ I know, that's Pooh Heff. From EP to DC, we get respect. From J-Town to Maryland, you know we catch wreck. BA to Houston, yeah, we up next. The Heights live off for the 610. Pick up a phone in Singapore and tell a friend. 16 years strong, #1 in the market. Recession proof will never end. Why they get them started? Recession proof will never end. Why they get them started?
Recession proof. Pooh Heff. Recession proof, you bastards.
Recession proof, get the scoop, we the truth. From the streets to the booth, recession proof. Recession proof, get the scoop, we the truth. From the streets to the booth, recession proof.
Recession proof, you.
God, it is recession proof, you bastard. Make sure you give us a call at 281-406-0057. And you can always download the app on your iPhone. Or if you're like Wedo, you can do it also on your Android. It might take a little longer to download, but you can do that as well. What we're doing today is we are revisiting something that happened 23 years ago that never happened before. We tried to do this the other week, but because of my
shortcomings,
you shut the fuck up. Because of my stuff that was going on, we couldn't stream this live, so we are doing this for YouTube and Twitch. And you can share this episode because it's an important episode and it's more structured, because I'm going to control the narrative on this one because we can't let Wedo do it. So we're waiting for DJ Matronics to join in, but for now we have my partner on the right is DJ MARC X, and at the bottom they called him Kid Chris. We don't know why we called him Kid Chris, because it was the stupidest name in radio, but he had that name. We wanted Wedo. We wanted him to keep true to himself because he is a white Mexican, and you know, white Mexicans in El Paso, we called them Wedos. They're Wedos, and for those that are listening outside of the state of Texas, Wedos are white Mexicans. That's just what they are. And then so we are just gonna revamp and go back to where it started, how we got started, and we're gonna take it from there. So the first one that was real on the air out of all three of us right now is DJ MARC X. So allow DJ MARC X to say what he got to say, because he started before me. He actually got me on. So let's see if I can get this to work right. Mark, all right, man, tell us how you got started.
I got in a DJ contest with a bunch of the DJs from the city and won.
You see how anticlimactic you are, man? Can you at least like a fucking better? Can you just do a little bit more animated?
What the fuck you want me to do, nigga? You want me to fucking do jumping jacks while I'm telling you this shit?
Well, I need you to stand where there's better internet, man, because your shit is freezing the fuck up. I don't know what is up with you and Wedo, bro. Like, Y'all can't just sit still for a second and just get shit to work.
Mine's freezing too.
First
No,
of
not
all,
no more. Now you're good, and then Mark shit started
I'm
freezing.
outside
Why are you outside? Get your
and I'm
fucking
doing
ass
shit.
outside.
I'm doing shit.
So are
Some
we.
people
do.
do
You see this shit?
Sound like Mr. Roboto.
fucking internet and a computer and all that bullshit.
You know, I always try to be serious. Like,
All right, man.
okay, so I'm gonna ask the question and reiterate the question. Before all of us was really truly on the air, you were the first one that was on the air, and you started how?
Because I had a DJ.
There, his internet done got worse.
Is that enough animation for you?
No, well, first of all, you cut off, and now you're all frozen up with this stupid smile on the screen. Okay.
Yeah, these contests was like 13 different DJs did around to me, and they were playing contests. And I
Mark, you sound like you're on a fucking dial-up, bro. Like,
you better take it.
oh my God! You see? Am I wrong with him?
No, you sound like Mr. Roboto.
All right, so Mark is gonna probably jump on his laptop because that phone shit ain't working for him. All right, so I'll go with you, Wedo. You can explain your side. What got you in the radio and how'd you get on? Oh, wait. Before you get started, hold on. Let's see if it works now. DJ MARC X.
Yep.
There he is.
Okay, that's better. That's a lot better. I don't know what the fuck you looking with the side eye for, but okay. We're gonna try this again. Because I'm not editing shit. I'm tired. I'm not. This is what everybody's gonna hear. So you started how again?
They had a DJ contest. They had it at Blockbuster Music. There's about 10 DJs in the city, or 13, I don't know.
Mhm.
But got in there and I won the contest. And when I won the contest, the winner was getting a 2-hour mix on the station, and they got to become part of the mix show team.
Now, when you got on, it was like you were kind of like a guest. It was kind of like a guest spot at first, right? Like, it wasn't like a guaranteed spot at that time, or was it?
Well, it was. That's what the contest was if you won. But because of the previous DJ that was there before me, had instantly got famous in the city and went crazy and felt like, he was, bigger than the station. They didn't want to, they didn't want to trust another black dude
Man,
to get
Oh, you
some
talking about
shine.
Black?
shut up, Wedo. We got fired because of that shit. Shut up.
You can fire us again.
No, Mark and I got fired. Your ass wasn't even there yet. So shut up. Don't mention
Yo.
names that don't need to be mentioned.
Wedo has ultimate protection. He has the ultimate protection card.
Oh no.
He
Shut
could
up,
never be.
Lupe Blakely. Lupe Blakely in the
Oh,
building.
I thought you were gonna say because I'm white. I'm like, that's fucked up. My mama gets you, bitch.
Everybody that's watching this, just understand it's not an allergic reaction he has right now. That's just really how he be fucking looking. All right, so don't focus on Wedo right now. Like he's in the middle, and he look crazy as fuck, right?
Dude, I had a long week. I've had like 80 hours this week. I'm tired.
Well, you kind of look better than the last time. I don't know what's up with the fucking bandana and shit. Like, yo,
I sweat a lot.
So Mark. All right, so yeah, we all got the backlash of that effect that happened. But after that, well, let me before like okay, before you got me put on, Wedo, how did you get put on? I
With
know
Frankie D.
you got put on with Frankie D.
Yeah, that's how it started originally. Was with Frankie.
Okay, tell us
Frank,
about it.
like what?
He's retarded, ain't he? And then he gonna put his face all over the screen. Tell us about your experience before you got with us.
I did the same thing with him I did with you.
For people, again, for people that probably never seen this or heard us before, how did you get started in radio? You said with Frankie D. What did you do? I know what you did, but the people might not know.
Well, if you
Motherfucker,
remember, why don't you tell it?
I don't want to tell it. Because you don't remember. Did your brain get fried and all that shit goes wrong with you?
Probably.
Oh my God. Just
Because I really don't remember, dude.
You remember. You remember how you got started. What year did you get started? You know Frankie D was on. Was it before 2000? I came
It was like that.
on Power 102. I came on Power 102 at 2000. So
It was 96 or 97.
How old were you?
13.
So you were 13 because you were probably hanging out with your mom at the radio station, right?
Yeah, I was always there.
Okay. Because I know she took you everywhere. All right. So you got on the air and you were just talking shit and you became the what? Like, did you become like a
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember now. I used to come in at night with him and do like the countdowns and all that stuff. And then just little by little, we started adding me in with more time with him until I was there all night. And then that's when he taught me how to do all the production and all that other stuff too.
Okay.
But yeah.
So when you got started with that, so I got there in 2000 and I had to backdoor myself in. Mark had in 99, Mark had me at Tony Dwayne's house doing air checks. So what Mark would do is he would take you know how the liners that be on the thing?
Mm-hmm.
He would take the liners or copy it down or whatever and make me read them in the studio, in the recording studio, and I did a whole air check.
I remember you telling me about that.
But here's the fucked up part. I had beef with Victor Starr prior. I never talked about this. So Mark, me, Victor, and Jeannie used to have a rap group called Black Rain, and we used to perform everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
We opened up for something that Power 102 was hosting. I forgot who it was, but we were opening and we were rapping, like we were doing our thing. We did our show, and as we were getting off, Victor Stark like snatched the mic from my hand. I didn't know him then.
I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah, and I tried to knock him the fuck out. Like I was like, I didn't know who he was either. You know how you know the radio people, but you don't know what they look like, type shit.
Yep.
People don't realize that before people, you didn't know what the radio person looked like. You know what I'm saying? You just know their voices.
Yep.
So, and I remember Victor had this hat on with a long ass ponytail. My Victor stopped me from hitting him. Because I was like, how the fuck you gonna snatch the mic from me? I don't think he remembered that shit because so Mark was like, yo, I can get you in on promotions. So I don't know how that happened with Mark talking to Chris Lucy's punk ass. And see, then the story about Chris Lucy is crazy because I get interviewed, right? Mark knows this story. I get interviewed by Chris Lucy for the promotions. And he was like, "You put down for a reference." I was like, "Yeah, that's my friend. Are you anything like him?" And I'm like, I didn't understand the question. He was like, "Oh, let me give you the rundown. I used to work theft prevention at Best Buy," and I was like, "Oh my god," because I remember the story, and I was sitting there like, "Oh shit, I'm not getting this." I'm not gonna get into Victor. I'm not gonna get into Victor's business, but it wasn't good. Let's just put it that way. And I'm sitting there, and he was like, "You're nothing like him, right?" And I was like, "Nah, man, I ain't never worked in retail before, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about." And he was like, "I didn't say it like that because then comes to find out, I keep looking at this motherfucker. I keep looking at this racist motherfucker. I'm saying it now because we ain't none of us work there. But this motherfucker used to go to Bel Air with me. And he used to be one of them rocker motherfuckers that wore the tight ass jeans with the fucking belly sticking out with the concert t-shirts and shit across the street on Yarborough. And the motherfuckers that hung out across the street were like, we called them losers because they were smoking cigarettes and shit. You know what I mean? They all stand there. They had their boombox blaring fucking not Guns N' Roses, Metallica before Metallica blew up. And fucking Ozzy Osbourne and shit like that. And I remember them, and I kept looking at them. And I was like, I hated this motherfucker, man. Like, so I played the whole game during the promotions game, right? And I'm gonna tell you why he's racist. Remember that little Mexican boy that used to work promotions? And he ain't never bothered nobody. He would go set up. He was real tiny. He lived on the west side or whatever.
You talking about Jaime?
Yeah. He used to do him so greasy, right? He was like, I can't stand these fucking Mexicans. That's exactly what he used to tell me.
Yep.
And I would be like, God damn. And you know, I'm still brand new, man. So I didn't know nothing about nothing. I met your mom at a remote. And your mom was talking shit, right? Like, not to me, but she was just talking shit. And I was like, oh, I like her. And then I remember Mark was trying to, like, you know, to get the hours and stuff. He started doing it, like coming over to do the promotions with me. And what event was that, nigga, that we figured out that this shit wasn't it?
They were giving away a Mercedes-Benz at Rudolph Chevrolet. And it was the new one that they built on the west side. So we went over there.
How did Chris do us, though?
He put us way in the fucking parking lot over by the freeway. We weren't even nowhere by where they were giving out the car.
Gee.
We were like directing traffic and shit in the parking lot.
So Mark was like, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Mark was sitting there talking shit the whole time. And I'm sitting there like, nigga, this is the job, right? But he was right. And I remember I went and played with Victor Starr and Candy. Because they were about to dead the position. They were about to dead that and make jocks do their own promotions, remember?
Yeah.
And so I was sitting there like, fuck, they're gonna fire me. So I did like the dopest air check I could do, and shout out to Tony Duenas on it. And Candy said, well, let's try. I'm in the office with both of them, and we're on Piedra still. He said, hey, let's start pool with Mix Show. You can handle the Mix Show, can't you? And I was like, I don't know. He goes, you know how to use a reel-to-reel? And I was like, yeah. I said, I know how to use the Apex. I know how to use it. And I'm naming it because that's my background, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, Victor was like, okay, let's give him a shot then. Let's see how it is. If the guys don't like you, this is what he said. If the guys don't like you, we can't keep you. I'm sitting there like, okay, I got to. So people don't realize I went to school with Jay Smooth. Like I grew up with Jay Smooth, so I was like, I'm not worried about him. I didn't know the Northeast motherfuckers. Like I knew Mark, but then there was Eddie. No, Eddie's from Eastwood, and Ray Naughty Boy at the time. He's a North Side. Ray, I did the first night with Ray, and Ray was like, "Yo, after we done, man, we're gonna go drink." I was like, "Shit, all right." So me and Ray got close. Then I did my first remote live, and I broadcast live from Valari for Bad Boy Bill. That was my very first remote. Like I didn't do the remote, Gina did, but I was a promotion assistant for it. And that was right when we, I think, moved to the West Side. And it was so dope because of the fact that all the DJs were there. Mark wasn't there, but then right before that, Mark was like, "Yo, we about to do this shit at 12 o'clock," because all the fucking mix show DJs was out by 10:30 maybe. Mark stayed. So at 12 o'clock, I wish we had all those recordings. We turned that shit into a straight motherfucking mixtape. Nobody knows it.
Yeah.
We broke the law like a motherfucker. Like Mark, that's where the Daily Duo and Gecko Brothers and all that was birthed. Because we were doing that shit, and the only people that were listening to us after 12, we learned that after 12 o'clock, FCC shut down the ruling. So, and there was no ratings. There's no Arbitron ratings after 12, which that's why New York radio always, all their shows like K-Slay and everybody else that had the dope shows came on after midnight. So Mark and I came on, and then Mark got this drop from fucking Black Rob. This is how we always started the show at 12 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say, man? When he was like, "Yo, it's about to be the opposite of handsome."
So get your tape decks ready. It's about to be the opposite of handsome.
Yeah.
And Mark coming with this, he always had this unique scratch how he started. So he would start with that scratch. And I was like, oh, and we, you remember in Piedras, it was 2 separate rooms. So the DJ be in one room and I'd be in the studio, right? How we did this shit and was on point was fucking magic, dude. Like there was me and Mark didn't have to talk to each other. Mark would tell me what he was gonna do in the beginning, and I did what I did. You know what I'm saying? And I had the shout outs. I was working the fuck out that reel to wheel. I had the shout outs ready, and I had like 7 shout outs like playing easy. Didn't record none of that shit. I'm so mad about it because I was like, that was a lost time in history because of the fact that that's how we literally started was in 2000, 2001. And then when we was moving forward, we got Candy left. So Candy left right after the Power Jam of what was it? The
Sun Bowl.
The Sun Bowl,
The one with Ja Rule and all them.
Okay. This is where the show that we had right now kind of birthed itself. So we were there, and everybody's gonna have their own story. But I'm gonna tell you what I saw and what we did. All the Power Jams prior to that, I was a driver. I would drive all the acts. Like when I was with Pink, I was scheduled to be with Pink. You guys ask your mom about this. I was with Pink the whole fucking day. Like that's what my job was, right?
Oh, I remember.
And yeah, when she was butt ass naked in front of me.
Yeah.
I was like, she got pink titties, bro. All right.
Yeah. And Frankie sitting there drooling.
So that particular show, nobody wanted to go on stage because that's been the biggest stage ever. Like it was, I think, 18,000 people there.
Yeah.
Andrea was standing there. Mark was there. I was standing with Mark. And I was told that I need to go introduce I forgot who, right? And then Mark, he was like, "Well, go up there with Mark." All right, cool. And, dude, I ain't never seen a crowd that big, like standing in front of me. Power Jam is different. Like Cohen Stadium is different.
Yes.
Combo is different. Like people don't get like looking at nothing but heads. You can't even identify a face. Like all you're seeing is a whole bunch of fucking heads, man.
Yep.
Mark and I just acted a goddamn fool. I was telling Mark to cut the music off. Hold on, man. And I was trying to get 17,000 people hyped because of fucking Avant. Remember why? Y'all don't remember Avant acting a fool about B2K?
Yeah, he is a pussy ass nigga, man.
We sat there and entertained for 20, 25 minutes, bro.
It was a long time. I remember that shit.
Drea came up there and it was me and Drea. Nobody, Patty, none of them wanted to come up. None of them. Because everybody, they thought that they were going to be irate. And we kept that shit. And Mark stayed up there longer than he was supposed to. Because it was like all the power races were in the back. I'm sitting there like, God damn, man, y'all motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we did such a job. Candy left a letter. Oh, okay. Right before he left that letter, I went to DC. As I was leaving to DC, Candy was going to Dallas. And he was like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "To DC." And he was like, "Oh, you're going to DC? Do you know Big Tigger?" I was like, "Nah." I mean, what I said, it's DC's on DC radio. I don't see why it's not hard to try to get a hold of him. So when I was in DC, I got a hold of Big Tigger. Candy calls me and he's like, "Well, I'm trying to get Big Tigger in Dallas." And I'm like, "Why Dallas?" "Oh, I'm leaving." That's what he said. He was like, "I'm leaving the 97.9 to beat in Dallas." And I was trying to get my whole thing together. And that's why we wanted Tigger. So I just gave him the phone number and I was like, "Oh, he left such a dope ass letter, Wedo, that I think about it to this day. Like I think about it now that the show would have started when he left, but it didn't. Frankie was still there, and then I think Frankie moved the afternoon, and then we already talked about how Chris Chavez went and took the 9th spot.
Mm-hmm.
I got snubbed for the 9th spot, and that was cool. It was whatever. And then we got fired. Well, you didn't, but Mark and I got fired because of a sad person earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when we got fired, Andrea Thomas saved our jobs by going with Bill Struck, and Bill Struck didn't have no idea that we were fired. And ever since then, he protected me and Mark. Like your mom protected you, Bill Struck protected us. Like,
oh yeah,
he couldn't do shit because you had to go to him, and he wasn't him and Pat Jordan. They love Mark and I, so it was like, okay, we're kind of safe now. So now we got to deal with politics. We ended up with Bobby. I think you were still doing 5 o'clock, Mark.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the thing, well, right before that, when Victor was still doing afternoons, I remember Mark and I came from out of town. I forgot what trip we were on, but Mark had the I'm gonna tell you one of the first records he really, really, truly broke mainstream was "Heard It All Before" from Sunshine Anderson. And he played that. And at the time, Mark wasn't playing like black records at 5 o'clock. He played that record, and Victor started fucking. I'm on the freeway. He's like, "Oh, one of our power mixes, DJ MARC X, brought this record to our attention," and blah blah blah. I feel like that was it Mark or no? Or did you break a record before that?
No, it was right at that point. You know, and when I told him if I could play it, He said, "Yeah, but let me introduce the record." That was one of the first times I had ever heard that. Let me talk up the record first before you drop it. And so yeah, he put so much hype behind the record. You had no other choice but to fucking rock with it.
And I believe that that record got broken before it got broken in the country. Because the one thing Mark prided himself in was we would go out of town and we get all this music, and Mark was always getting new music, but there was certain records that he would play. You know what I'm saying? Like before Big L died, he was on it. You know what I'm saying? Most Def, Talib, like all these records he was already on radio with. That people in El Paso don't have no clue this was what was going on, right? So on a mainstream level, and then I was literally driving on the freeway, bro. And then I hear Mark's name, but we already were known, like Mark was on at 5 o'clock, we know, but it was the way he bigged it up, how he bigged up that record, and that record now is a cult classic. Like that's like the ultimate female record everywhere. And I think he should have got a plaque for that record. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if he ever did or didn't, but you should have got a plaque.
I did.
You did?
I didn't.
Oh. Like the responsibility was there. Like this is where I think people don't get when it comes to radio. There's a lot of shit on the inside that people don't know when they look at tastemakers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Or look at people that actually study music, the art form and stuff. But we go from there, and then we get to the bidding. I call it a bidding war. So me and your mom got into it. She said, "All right, Frankie D leaves. They move Chris Chavez up to afternoons. And I go, then I put my bid in for the night show. Your mom was, I think, in the office. And she goes, well, if anybody should get it, should be my son." This is where nepotism works, y'all. My son should get the, and I'm looking at him, who the fuck is your son? Like, we didn't really know Wedo like that because we knew you as a little kid. So I ain't think nothing of it. I was like, motherfuckers, I think you were like 16.
Yeah.
And I was like, I am not taking this shit serious. And so she really, really was on some next level shit. Me and her fought for a little bit.
I remember.
And I remember I was talking to Mark. I was like, God damn. And then I was like, they ain't really trying to give me shit. And then so I proposed. I was like, look, there was no such thing as a 2-man night show in El Paso before, right? Like a official 2-night type situation, not a guest host, not like an actual 2-person thing.
Yep.
Bobby asked me, he was like, will you get along with a little kid? I was like, nah, if not, we beat his ass. It doesn't make no difference. So I asked for Mark. These motherfuckers said no. Nah, we need somebody else. And this is where I think I wish Metro was on the line, because this is where I think because they weren't paying Metro, it made it make sense. Now I think about it from the last time we talked. I was like, because remember, he worked for almost a year without getting paid. Right? And when I found out that we weren't getting bonuses for our #1 books, I acted up. But before we did that, I remember when we did our first show, it was a mess. I don't know what I was like, man, we're gonna get fired. This shit ain't gonna work. So we ended up building structure to the show. We didn't have like a real working title, so we just started with the show and call it The Fucking Day, right? And I did the intro to the show because I always did the intros for Mark's stuff. So I did the intro to our show, and I remember I had an intro anytime I went on the air, that's where I used to be called the Brown Hornet. And so I remember I took all the elements from Friday and made the intro. That's when I was like, oh man, you got knocked the fuck out and blah blah blah.
Mhm.
It was so ghetto, right? It was so ghetto, but so necessary. I felt that Metro added the element of the music. I felt Mark turned the show into a mixtape vibe. Like our show turned, like it started off as a show and it was a fluke. Chris Chavez sat up there and said that it took two people to go number one. I'm still mad about that. I kind of want to go dig up his grave.
He talked a lot of shit. He was jealous.
Man, and
He was pissed that we broke his numbers.
we didn't break his numbers, we demolished them.
Yeah.
Everybody that worked at Power, their whole career, we demolished it in one book and then demolished our record in the second book. Like nobody, like our numbers never was under 30. The
No.
ratio of all of us being on the air at the same time. Like it never was under 30. And then they're gonna be like 30 what? 12 plus 9, bitch. 1834, the Target demo. We was fucking killing it.
We even had 2554.
Yes, we did. That was because of Mark's old ass.
Whatever.
All the old people from the north side started listening to us. You know what I'm saying? And they were like, because all the old folks in the Northeast, that's Power 102 didn't focus on 79924, 79902, 79915, 79907. You hear what I'm saying though? I knew those zips. We went after those zip codes. We went after those zip codes specifically. I did remotes in the 24, the 04, 02. They only cared about the 36 because that's the biggest zip code in Texas. This is 79936. 79925 was the second one. Whatever the West Side's zip codes, they didn't even fuck with those because of the fact that was automatic. You don't think I studied this shit? Like we were fantastic because everybody studied their shit. And I feel that shit. Like your experience came from your mom. So this is a story that didn't get to be told the last time. It was, but y'all didn't get to hear it. Mark only came on board for food. I'm not taking an L. Because we had food. Yeah, Mark, you can keep doing that. We don't believe you. We don't believe you. I think you came. Tell him, Wedo, that why Mark used to come on at 5 o'clock, why he wouldn't leave till 8.
We give free food, man.
Hey, I was in the prod room trying to learn how to work the computer and all that stuff with Chris.
You're lying.
And every time I would come
like
walking past the studio, y'all would be in there with food, and I'd be like, "Oh shit, what y'all got?"
Like Debo.
Whatever.
Like the big nigga that always, what y'all, you gonna give you a piece of that cornbread? That's smart.
This nigga had a rib platter that was bigger than him.
I was gonna say the ribs too. That one stuck with me.
Yeah, he had that big ass rib platter that was bigger than his ass, and he didn't even want to share none.
Who, Wedo?
You?
No, what? Oh, the big ass beef ribs.
He said, "You ain't touching my food, motherfucker."
No, man, because they don't do that at the restaurants. They give you the fucking rib, the pork ribs, the little ones. And I had those big ass. Nah, they ain't sharing that shit. Get the fuck out of here. We work for that shit. See, Mark never worked for nothing.
Whatever.
Let's be real with that. He kept going by the studio, then he started sitting. He went from walking by, leaving, to coming in, to sitting down, putting his bag up, and expecting a fucking platter. Right? And then would tell Lupe about how he needed some of those gift cards we were getting.
That's funny.
No, because he ain't, So, but the reason why it wasn't that Mark didn't belong. They wouldn't let him work with us in the beginning. Metro comes in because that was the only DJ I felt that fit our aesthetic of what we were trying to do. And I always believed in like aesthetics, like how things could mesh together. Weddle to me was like a little brother that I couldn't stand. So it was easy to do this shit. Because he could still do his job, but it took a lot for him to do it because he has. It's bad enough that I have ADHD, but it's bad to work with somebody that has like retardation because you can't communicate correctly. You know what I'm saying? And
I can communicate just fine. Y'all just some sensitive motherfuckers.
we're not sensitive. We're not sensitive. Listen, so Metro had to concentrate on getting his degree at UTEP. They didn't have a choice. Like I kept going. I was like, Mark is available. Mark is available. Mark can do 5 to 10. He can do that shit. Bobby was like, all right. And let me ask you this, because I know that Mark went through some trials during Mick's show. He even went through trials where he couldn't even play. Like he had to play top 40 records and nothing else. And they were like current records. What was different about our show that you were able to play? Did you ever get blowback on that or no? Where the fuck Mark go?
Yeah, I was like, what happened?
You see why he's the worst person to interview for shit? Like
that's why you always hear him just screaming in the background. He's never on the mic.
No, he's never on the mic. Now he's not even on fucking camera. This is what's I told him we only got 2 hours to do this shit, and he has to get up and go do shit all the time. He doesn't say, "Hey, hold on, let me go do." You don't. All right, so
maybe he's turning down that damn TV.
Yeah, that's another thing. He just doesn't pay attention to shit, man. He just be doing whatever the fuck he wants to do, and he just don't care. You know what I'm saying? And but so with we were getting food. All right, so going to the fact that we were getting food, we were getting everything that we wanted. I'd say we were the most dangerous night show that no morning show could compete with.
Oh, I agree. I think if we had the mornings, we'd kill all of them too.
I agree. I think we were too urban. Mark, I asked you a question, and you walked
away.
Oh,
yeah. You were talking about blowback.
Yeah. Did you get any blowback from that? Like when you played on our show versus when you were stuck to a playlist?
No, I didn't really get any blowback because if you remember, I went and I got a bunch of remixes of everything that was on the playlist, and that's how I got around. So it wasn't sounding really that bad because of the fact that, I was playing some really good remixes of the radio shit. So I didn't catch too much blowback from it.
No, but I'm saying, but when you were going through that, when you did that, and then you came over there with us, did Bobby even care what you were doing at that point?
Nah, he got cool with everything. You know what I mean?
So in a nutshell, we were the only show that did we did our own endorsements, we did our own sponsorship, we had our own intro. Nobody in radio in El Paso did that. Nobody had an intro. We had it like a real hip hop intro. Nobody had that. We interviewed any and everybody. Let's see if Mark. All right, so one night Mark didn't show up. And I think Ray Naughty Boy was there. I don't want to get Ray in trouble. But, we were interviewing Lowrider magazine, and they had girls in there. They had the Lowrider girls. I don't know.
I was there.
You were there, Mark? We
Gold
Yeah, you
Toes
was.
came. Gold Toes came from the Bay. Yeah, and everybody.
should I tell the story or should I just
Yeah,
not say
go
what that
ahead.
was?
Go
No, I'm
ahead.
saying, can I say it or should I
Yeah.
knock this one like as because ain't none of us got girls. So all right. Or you can't get mad at us for that back then. This was a long time ago. The girls were already half naked, okay? That's just how they came in, right? I think I remember Ray was sitting there and he was just staring. I was like, the fuck you staring at? And I turned around. And that girl, she was wearing like a thing and you could see her cootie cat.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there like, oh shit. Yeah. And Goto's like, oh, you want to dance, nigga? I was like, yeah. And that girl did that shit. This is what y'all be doing. Like, that was a first for me. I ain't never, like, we were on some Howard Stern bullshit at that time. We were Howard Stern without being fucked up, right? So there was that night that happened. And then I think there was some concert that was really big that was coming to El Paso, and we had Lupe finagled us to give away like front row tickets or something. And y'all don't remember when we had made that Mexican dude from Canyon T or some tattoo Power 102 on his ass? Y'all remember that? You remember that? We hired a tattoo artist, a female, and she came and tattooed the Power 102 fucking logo on
Oh,
the
yeah.
ass. He had like the cowboy hat and all that. He was like a ranchero dude.
Yep.
We were giving away those. I forgot what concert it was, but it was like a real big concert, like where the tickets were over $500.
Yeah.
We had two pair, and that one pair we was like, "What would you do for these tickets?"
Yeah, I remember.
And that dude said, "I'll put the Power 102 sticker on my ass." And we were like, "Okay, word." Got the tattoo artist and all that. And you and Bobby was like, "Did you know they're gonna sign a release and everything, man?" And we had to get the table and all that shit sanitized before they started. And then that girl did that tattoo just like it. And then did it, she did it big as fuck. Where it was like, nigga, if you try to get that shit removed, your ass is fucked up for life, nigga. Like, I wish I knew who he was. I wish I cared enough back then and didn't drink enough alcohol to care, and I would have checked on that dude. I'd have been like, yo, what happened to you, man? Do you be like when you be fucking and shit and walking around butt ass naked and got a big ass Power 102 off a stick on your ass, nigga? Like, then all right. So we did that. We changed our names. So we changed our names from the show to Crack Radio. I have no idea why we did that, but I didn't like the working title of the first one. I thought that title was rushed. So another thing that made it iconic was because we used the word crack, and we used the word crack in a positive sense, not the drug. I had to fight for that name, by the way. I don't know how bad I was fighting Bobby every fucking day, bro. Like, I'd be like,
well, I saw you in the office all the time.
yeah, I was fighting him, man. Like, I was like, yo, well, crack isn't a good representation of the station. And I was like, but y'all love hip hop, though. Y'all love that hip hop, but you don't like niggas. I would give Bobby like that, the blues on that shit. I'd be like, oh, I get it. You like black people, but you don't. Yeah, no, I said you like black music. You just don't like black people. I mean, you never say that. And I was like, I get it, man. We use words like that. We revolutionized the word nigga. We can say nigga, and that don't mean nothing fucked up. We're saying crack, and it's not fucked up. And he's like, fuck. I said, we won't even spell it like that. We'll spell it with a V so it doesn't look crazy. So it was CRAVK. It wasn't that big of a deal. And when I did the whole intro, the intro was crack. And everybody was like, we changed the intro, we changed the aesthetics. Mark became a mix show DJ on a structured show. So he was DJing, like, so when we talked, he was DJing at the time. So the music, the way that we had the show flowing during the nighttime never stopped. So as soon as the song went in, Mark's already playing. And it's not like a bed. It's like an actual instrumental to another record that we're gonna play. Nobody did that. Nobody did that. Nobody. Nobody. Weto's the only dude in Power 102's history that got beat up in the studio. Not beat up, well, like fist fight, but he got choked up in the top of the door by Mark. Because if like Weto, the way he looked right now, he didn't look like this. He looked like he was like 102 pounds. He was like maybe 5'7". And
I was little.
He thought he could fight. I used to just look at him.
I could fight. The motherfucker was 5 times my size.
But you chose to fuck with him. Like you chose, like, I don't understand that part. Like, who told you? Because I know your family don't work with a 52 card deck, right? So I know that for a fact. Your family does not work with a 52 card deck. Like y'all be playing with 48. And you actually thought that, well, I'm gonna get him. You know, I know Mark for 30 years, man. And as much as I want to beat him up, that's like shit into my mind. Because you got to look at physics, man. Have you ever seen Michael Jai White talk about Bruce Lee and he said why Bruce Lee couldn't beat Muhammad Ali? Because Bruce Lee was only 5'2" and 120 pounds. Muhammad Ali was down there like he was 6 foot 6'1", 200 something pounds. You think Bruce Lee was gonna beat his ass? That's how you came at him. I'm gonna end that conversation now. You never had a chance.
I think actors, entertainment.
You know that little dog? That little dog, and then it would be Spike. And that little dog be jumping on Spike. That's what that shit looked like.
I'm gonna tell you why Weto used to keep coming back. Because I told Weto that I was gonna be his stepdad.
I remember that bullshit.
And I was like, yeah, man, me and your
You
mama,
call me
man,
dad.
we about to, we about to do some things. This motherfucker was fucking livid.
And then when Lupe would come into the studio with her red dress,
I was like,
that red dress. High heels. Yeah.
Yep. You see, now you lucky we ain't in the fucking studio.
Nigga, you're not gonna do nothing because we don't want that pus coming out your cheeks.
I ain't, man. I'm bigger now. I'm almost 200 pounds. Shit.
You ain't beating nobody, nigga. I'm 260. I don't know what Mark weighs now.
I don't know, Mark. But y'all some old cats now.
Mark be in the gym. That nigga will choke you and snap your fucking neck. And you're gonna be mad. You're gonna be mad. You're gonna be sitting there like, damn, man, I should just. But that happened. That literally for real happened. And Weto was on like in the ceiling, in the corner of the door. When
motherfucker had me looking like Kane with the choke slam, but against the wall.
The saddest part was I still did the break by myself while he was getting choked up. And I was like, oh, Power 102, number 1 for hip hop and R&B.
He was on the air. You could hear the noise in the background of me getting fucking put against the wall. And then he lifted my ass.
Because I never understood the logic behind what you thought was logical. You didn't even like just see what he's not
There ain't
dumb.
no logic. He was talking about my mama.
No,
I
did
wasn't
too,
talking
and
bad.
You didn't talk bad. Your mom wore this red dress, and then she would sashay. You know what
So if
sashay
Mark said
means?
you gonna call him daddy, you ain't gonna be like, fuck you.
Mark would never. Mark would never do that to me. Because we've been close to getting in the fist fights, but you just got mad and attacked him. Like you have a part of your brain that it's supposed to be fight or flight. That fucking flight shit was gone. You were like, no, I'm gonna attack this big ass nigga. And I was like, God.
I still do that shit. I fucking stop on the freeway ready to fight.
You wouldn't want Mark to be your stepdad, nigga?
No, I don't need no daddy.
He would have been a good stepdad, though, because you wouldn't be looking all crazy right now. He would have kept you healthy. You know what I'm saying? There's benefits in this shit. There's benefits, bro. Like, there's like, yo, we can. Y'all would have been over there living on September and shit, chilling. You know what I'm talking about? He would have became an East Sider.
Motherfucker.
Lupe, I love you to death, but that shit was funny. I don't care. That your son was about to get his neck snapped for no reason. And
oh, she was mad as fuck too when she found out.
She was. She gave me a word or two. I was like, I don't know why you talking to me. I ain't say nothing about you.
Mm-hmm.
I still love you the same.
All I did was express, you know, I just expressed my feelings. I think your mama was never going to talk to me or whatever, but still, it was fun. It was fun to say it. It was funny at the time, you know.
Okay. All I was thinking about was we were about to lose all our endorsements because of this nigga. I was like, see, he need to go back to 5 o'clock with Slow or something. Because I was like, fuck, nigga, how you gonna fuck this shit up? On Mark's defense, he wasn't doing nothing but defending himself because you literally lunged at him.
I remember.
That was like, and see, y'all gonna feel bad about this shit, but don't. Wedo talks a lot of shit, man. Like, y'all get so mad at me on Facebook and all that shit because I say what I say. I'm not that bad. Now, Wedo, on the other hand, shit and piss people off. The only time he pissed me off, I was trying to get him jumped. So I wasn't gonna fight him. I wasn't gonna fight his mama. I'm not gonna fight his brothers or none of these motherfuckers, right? All I was gonna do was drop him off. Look, I did this with Damari. I was gonna drop Damari off in Devil's Triangle when it used to be bad. You know what I'm saying? And I was just gonna say survive, nigga. But I took that, and I want everybody, the kids, everybody to listen to this. He talked that shit and he said, I don't give a fuck about no black people. I can fuck with them too, and blah, blah, blah. And he was running his mouth. I said, all right. I took him to Turning Point. I mean, to Chit Chat or wherever the fuck it was called at the time. And it was right there on Dyer Street. And Dyer Street is like the hood clubs and shit. Took him there, and I was like, this is a motherfucker that be talking that shit. He's a little white boy.
Oh man, Lupe had a fit when you fucking did that shit.
I don't know why, because all the fucking black girls were like, oh,
yeah,
he's so cute. And I'm just sitting there looking at these raggedy ass black girls, and I would call y'all out by name because I know each one that did it.
Mm-hmm.
All of them went to Andrews. All of them. I'm just looking at them. Oh, he cute. Oh, look, yeah, I'm telling the other niggas, oh, you cool though. Looking at me like I'm fucked up. That started my whole onslaught of the Northeast after that. That's why I talk so bad about the Northeast. But here's the difference. I can talk that shit about the Northeast, and still walking that motherfucker. You just went on the air and just shitted on the whole city.
Oh yeah.
It had us banned in this city. The city we're talking about is Canyon. I've never pissed off a city before. You know what I'm saying? I never pissed off a town. I never pissed off a neighborhood. I can piss off niggas, but I can't piss off a whole motherfucking area. Now, to preface this, we used to do football Fridays. We used to have cheerleaders up in the studio. We used to do everything. We would show up to games. We would do all that shit. This particular year, Canyon High School, out of a whole bunch of years, was actually relatively very, very, very good. Like, they were very good. Like, they were better than any school in El Paso. I think they were undefeated the whole season. And we were like giving, I wanted everybody to shout out their schools and stuff like that so we can have some fun. And Weddle controlled the board that day, not me. Because if I controlled the board, this would have never happened. But he controlled the board. He felt compelled, and the dude, and I'm sorry, I gotta tell you how it looked. The dude that talked sounded kind of feminine when he was shouting out Canyon Teo.
He was gay.
That's not what we're saying. What I'm saying is he sounded feminine. I don't know if he was gay or not because it was on the telephone. We don't know.
He was a pressa.
We don't know. We don't know.
Oh,
we know.
We know.
We don't know. We didn't have internet like that back then. We didn't have Facebook and shit like that. All right.
Come on, Pooh. You know.
So he sat up there and Weddle sat up there and was like, nobody gives a fuck about Canyon Teo. Nobody.
That was Widow's Kanye West moment right there, boy.
My God. All I could do was sit there and think to myself, are we gonna get blowback from this? But the very next fucking day, man, they called into the office. Prince Ice told Mark and I in Miami one time, shut up. He told us something that I lived with. He said, you do not get hotline, you're not doing your job.
Oh, we got that shit all the time.
We got hotline every fucking day.
Every goddamn day.
We didn't get hotline this time. We got called before we came to work to come see him. We go in the office. I was already mad because I was like, I ain't do shit. And here this stupid motherfucker is going to get us in trouble. And here's the thing. Mark was never even part of it because I was like, no, Mark should have been here too because Mark was there. But he wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there like, so we got called from the mayor of Canyon Teo. And then first off, I didn't even know fucking Canyon Teo had a mayor.
I know, right?
I was like, wait, what? But it had nothing to do with black culture. They said that somebody said some disparaging words about Canyon Teo on the radio. I looked at Weddle and I was like, you stupid motherfucker.
That shit was hilarious.
I was so mad, nigga, because I was looking at him like, nigga, I'm about to lose my job again. How are we gonna fix this? Yeah, this nigga gonna go on the radio and apologize to the whole fucking city, man. That's how he's gonna fix that. Me and Mark couldn't go into the studio because Weddle, as strong and tough as Weddle is, he's a big fucking pussy when it comes to fucking apologizing. So he was like, y'all can't be in the studio when I did this because he knew we were gonna laugh at his ass. And he needed to sound like for real, like, nigga, our jobs are on the line. So and then see, if y'all never seen Power 102, there's a big ass window in the hallway. We could see inside.
Yeah, you just sit there staring at him.
We were staring at his ass like, nigga, you could have just let us sit in there. We wouldn't have laughed. we would have laughed after, but because we laughed anyway. And I'm gonna say this because I remember this apology was so fucking stupid. It wasn't even a good one. But you couldn't ask him for anything else because he's still, there's a thing when you get older, right? After you turn 40, you learn a thing called accountability, right? So when you take accountability, you take blame and you understand your blame and you say.
Well, it obviously ain't happened to me because I still don't remember that shit.
Of course you don't. Because I remember.
Because I wasn't in the wrong.
Yes, and that's what you said. And that was so stupid. And I was like, this nigga just missed the point. He needed to just apologize to the city of Kankakee and keep it moving.
Do you remember the apology?
Yes. I don't remember the words you said, but I remember how you acted. And I remember that you fucking was like, but it's not my fault type shit. And I was like,
well,
I was like, nigga, that. And I was like, whatever. And he was like, he was so nonchalant about it. I was like, we were about to lose this is going to be the last night we're on the air. This is it. This is it. Nah, man, our numbers jumped up even higher. And I was like, so we did a lot of firsts that radio didn't do at the time. And I'll even attribute to across the nation. A lot of people weren't doing what we were doing. It was unorthodox. And I remember Wedo left. He went to cooking school to be a chef and shit. And Patty brought me in the office and said, well, can you explain how y'all got number one all these years? Like, because all these years, we never went number two. Never.
You should have pulled your dick out and said right there.
That what?
I say you should have whipped your dick out and be like this.
Nah, because then I would have been in jail. Because
I know, right?
Because she had married Chris Lucy. I was already trying to get him a two-piece, but that's what it is. But so I'm sitting there looking at her like, are you serious? Okay, so at that time, I hate to put people under the bus, but this is what we did.
Yep.
He went. All right, so they said that we were a fluke because of the fact that we had no competition. 104 came up. 104 came up. I remember they did a whole El Paso Times. Everybody covered the shit.
Oh, they sucked their dick, man. That was bullshit.
They did. And I don't know if you remember when the black girl that worked at the El Paso Times came and interviewed me, and I gave her a half-ass interview, and then she dissed me on the thing, and that gave me motivation. And if y'all remember, I used to diss the El Paso Times all the time. I'm like, well, I was like, these motherfuckers don't even know how to write. You know what I'm saying? And we went to war with everybody, but when Patty asked, I found out that she was headhunting Johnny Cage. Now,
shit.
I'm gonna keep it trill. Johnny will tell you, but I'm gonna keep it trill. 104 put every jock against us, and nobody beat us. None. Nope. So the night show was not ever worried about KLAQ, KISS, 104.3, comma, fucking the Christian channel. We didn't give a fuck. I remember Black and them on community radio. That shit didn't mean shit to us. Like, for
we
real.
Didn't even acknowledge that shit.
None of it. We never even.
We just did our show.
Well. I can't remember if you were there or not, but the Fat Joe concert was.
Yeah, remember I almost fought his ass.
No. Okay, so you were there. All right, so the Fat Joe concert.
At Valari, that fucking cocksucker.
No. This is the one at Speaking Rock. See, you be.
No, I know, but I didn't go to the Speaking Rock one. It was when he wasn't shit. Big Pun was Big Pun was dead.
Yeah,
but it was that first time he came in. He didn't go to the studio. He had shit on us. We had an interview set up, and then he fucking ends up being on time to the after party, and then trying to push me out the way. I didn't give a fuck. I fucking pushed his ass back.
Okay, so that's
I
crazy.
did. I went at him like I did you, Mark.
Remember that shit, Mark?
Yes, I do remember.
What year was that?
I was young then.
Yeah.
I think I was like 17 or 18.
No, the reason why is because when Fat Joe, all right, so Fat Joe came and it was a 104.3 show, and
yeah, I even told you, I said we should go to that bitch so I can fucking knock him out this time. Okay. I remember that shit.
And then Bobby somehow finagled the promoter to promote on our show, and then Bobby with his antagonizing ass. See, people don't know our program director he's from Houston. And
yeah, that's all you got to say.
he believed in all that beef shit, right? So he's just like, yo, I'm gonna give you all these tickets to go to Speaking Rock, because Wednesday night was technically like 104 night because Johnny Cage was there. So the whole staff be there. And he knew who I was, and me and Victor went. Well, before that, yeah, we were all there.
Yeah. We put the beer in the 7-Eleven cups.
Yeah, we campaigned. Yeah, we stole the show from 104. 104 was listening to us with punk ass Pat C and everybody over there sitting there laughing and Kaha and Kiki, and we was shitting the fuck out of them. And then they had this girl named Jasmine that worked there. And
didn't she slap you or something like that?
And Victor almost broke her arm. Yep, that did happen. That did happen. And so, because people don't realize, I ain't got to fight all the time, man. I got niggas around me. And I only need one. I don't need 5,000. I get a nigga
that's me. I'm the number one.
Well, no, the thing is that I ran on the air because I remember, yeah, you were sitting right next to me on the other side.
Yep.
And we made this girl say, yo, y'all got Fat Joe and 104 got Fat Jasmine, and we played it over the air. That's why Jasmine came at me, because of that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't give a fuck, nigga. Look, the difference between Wedo and me is that, I mean, we're pretty much technically the same one talking shit. That's gonna always be. But I be outside. Wedo at the time wasn't outside like that. So to catch Wedo in the streets is near to none. Me, you can catch me in the streets, but you got something coming. Mark tell you, I fight. So I remember she came and she grabbed me. And Victor saw it. He didn't know who she was, but he grabbed her by the arm and twisted her up and put her on the ground. The bouncers didn't even fuck with us. Johnny walked right by that shit. He didn't even save her. So I always used to go by him and be like, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. That's when the radio war between 104 like intensified, but I didn't care. Like, our numbers were more important at this moment than and then I sat down and had a conversation with Johnny, right? And I said, yo, we could both win at this if we do this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, Patty's fucking ass was over there trying to get him to come work and take my job and get me out of there.
Oh, wow. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
She was. This is why everybody wants to be political. I never been political, bro. I'm like, no, this is exactly what the fuck happened. This is what happened. So I don't respect you no more. So I lose respect. There's nothing. I remember at Chris Chavez's funeral, bro. I was sitting there with Trina, right? At the wake, everybody had like their favorite football team jerseys on, right?
Okay.
I came in there with my Green Bay shit, and fucking Chris Lucy was sitting there. And then so I introduced him. I'm being political, bro. All right. This is why I don't do this political shit no more. This is why I don't fucking care about people no more, because they play in your face, right? He's gonna sit up there and tell Trina, oh yeah, Pooh, he was one of my best employees. Like, nigga, like I just came from the field.
that all barriers.
and did 200 pounds of cotton, nigga. That's how he talked. Trina clutched my hand, bro, because she felt my hand ball up.
Go all over the world like that.
She's holding my hand, and I'm fucking damn near breaking her fucking hand because I was about to hit this nigga at Chris Chavez's funeral. I was gonna knock her out. So no, fuck them. Fuck them. If they listen to this and want to sue and all that shit, I don't give a fuck.
Chris, he dead.
Who?
Chris died a few months ago.
Everything is under control here at TV20. As you know, we really take great pride in our technical excellence. We're having a little problem, but we're trying to get it fixed. Keep calm. Nothing's wrong with your set. Hey.
He was.
I mean, but I wasn't allowed to be like that back then because I didn't want to fuck my career up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you have way more riding for you, shit.
But no, he did that. I remember he did that shit at Chris's funeral. And it was so like I wish y'all would have heard how he said it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, the tone and the delivery.
Like if I was a fucking cotton picker, man, and I was like, yo, and I remember how I responded. I said, it was nice seeing you again. And I fucking walked off, bro. That's the first time I ever walked off. That's when I figured I was an adult until Mark says stupid shit, and then I want to fight everybody. And that was the moment that I was like, you know what? I walked away from a white man without beating the fuck out of him. I felt good about that shit.
I bet, especially
I told Francisco this shit. I told Francisco this shit when what people don't realize, I talked to Francisco for 2 days, the owner of 104. I talked to him for 2 days. The only nigga that knew about that shit was Mark and Trina. Nobody else knew. Nobody. I didn't share with anybody what I was doing. And when I accepted the job over there, it wasn't like what Chris Chavez did. It wasn't like what that other white boy did, where they were bouncing back and forth. It wasn't that kind of situation. It was a contractual, it was a contract built behind that shit. And I was able to do a lot more with a lot less hours. Nigga, I was going in 5 minutes before my shift, and I would leave at 11 o'clock. I didn't do no production. I didn't do none of that shit. You get what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
I can't talk bad about 104, but what I won't let it be known is that what we built and what we did is going to be like negated to somebody else. Nobody helped me get that job at 104. I'm just going to and when I say nobody helped me, I was headhunted by Dario. Dario was talking to me for a year. This is how long it took for me to go over there. It wasn't an overnight thing. Nobody had nothing to do with this shit. The numbers that we did and what we created spoke for itself. So how can you take pleasure in different than our success that what we did? I would never do that to y'all. Like if you said, hey, I'm gonna come back to radio, I need a reference, man, I'm gonna say, yo, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have been this. If it wasn't for Mark, we would have never been who we became at the time. We did some really, really monumental shit. We did like I said, we were getting more ads than the morning show at one time.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was so fucking horrible. I remember that shit.
Your mom was selling morning show ads with our numbers.
Yep.
Because the morning show was not producing like our show was. So this is why we took offense to everything, because of the fact that y'all didn't want to respect us, but no show on Power, no show on 104 was doing our numbers. None. Nobody. And I dare y'all to look up these fucking numbers because I got them. Thanks to
it ain't even just in the city, that fucking statewide, all over the place. Shit. We were breaking like big motherfucking records across the board.
I got nominated for an award with the Radio Music Awards for the first time and the only other person that won that award was Gina Lee Fuentes. So y'all get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit when y'all this is the shit that I was telling Mark about. I was like, nigga, we did shit that nobody's done or wasn't supposed to do. Like,
yeah.
Unfortunately, the majority of the peoples that preceded us has passed away, like JoJo and Chris Chavez and so on.
Yeah.
In slow motion, but there was a difference between being a jock and being a personality to me. And I felt like we broke that mold of a jock. We didn't even read the fucking liners like we were supposed to. We would read the liners. We see the fucking name of the company and we just talk about it. And it wasn't, nobody ever got mad at us about our liners. We weren't line readers. I never read a liner until I got to 104. Do you know that? Never. I almost felt like I didn't know how to read. Because I just never read a liner. I wasn't a liner reader. I heard how, and I didn't have a radio voice. That was another thing. I didn't have neither one of us had a radio voice.
Everybody used to talk so much shit about that. It's like, that's him. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, they would say, oh, y'all don't have radio voices. I didn't even know what the fuck that was until I actually listened to that kid Cravk dude. And I was like, oh, that's how we're supposed to sound? Oh, okay. All right. I remember I was on the road, and this is before we had like internet in the car and all that shit. So
yeah,
you had to listen to the radio, whatever fucking city you went through. And I remember that's the first time I heard Kid Cravk, and I was like, oh, that's what we're supposed to sound. I'm supposed to sound like this and all close to the mic. Man, get the fuck out of here. I'm not doing that shit. And when Mark don't know how to talk to the mic. He does not know. Do you know to this day Mark don't know how to talk into a mic? Like talking to the mic, like this. This is how easy it is. Mark been on the radio for 20-something years and don't know how to talk on the fucking mic. He talks all the way over here.
Yeah.
Hey man, you know, blah 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 blah. And you're like, nigga, talking to the mic. So, with that being said, I salute y'all brothers just because of the fact that it's been 23 years, but it was memorable, and because we did this shit without the internet, without social media and all this stuff, and was able to do everything, I just always thought, imagine if we had the technology now that we had back then. It'd have been crazy.
Yeah, I've thought about that a lot.
We'd have been, because I always think, like, I'm like, yo, all this shit that we're seeing, all these shows, these podcasts and all that was already done a long time ago. It's been done.
I see a lot of these kids doing their shows and shit now, and I'm just like, God damn, y'all fucking suck.
Because they put feelings behind it. I think because of the fact we didn't react on shit, and we didn't technically care, because we took radio for what it was worth, and we were like, yo, we can do, like, I don't think we were trying to reach people, but people reached us, like, where they were like, what the fuck are they talking about? What are they doing? Like, we had our substance, but we didn't beg for anybody to listen to us. We didn't expect people to listen to us. We were just doing a fucking thing. And, you know, the fact that we were able to change hip hop on the radio was good enough for me. And we were able to do that. Another thing that happened.
Right. Oh my God. One big one is like Tech 9, dude. I can't believe it took like 10 years to get into the Phoenix market. I was living here and I was like, bitch, I did this shit fucking 10 years ago. Like, It's crazy how ahead we were.
Yeah, Tech 9 definitely spent a lot of time in El Paso.
Fucking Baby Bash and all those dudes, like all of it was, it's crazy how ahead we were.
When you left, I had Paul Wall co-host What You Thinking at 9 o'clock for like almost a year. We did. I had Mike Jones. I remember having Mike Jones and Paul Wall in the studio with I think at the time they were just girlfriends. They weren't wives yet.
Yeah.
And I asked Paul's wife, she's a black girl, and I remember asking her, I was like, "Hey man, with the grills in the mouth, man, does he eat your pussy?"
Oh shit.
I remember Mike Jones was looking at me like he didn't know what else to say. Like he was like, "Oh, this is what we doing?" And I was like, "Well, Mike, do you take your thing?" He was like, "I don't do that." I was like, "Oh, you a kid, bro. When you get about 30, you're gonna be eating pussy. You're gonna be eating." That's all. I mean, of course, y'all know that I was blocking off the words because I pre-recorded the interview, but it was iconic that nobody was talking like we talked on the radio. Like I think we didn't care. We're using terms that nobody knew what they meant. Like I was like, "Yo, watch out for that girl. We're gonna give her a bukkake." Not knowing that word was a bad word. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where I was all excited about when we were using terms that were like pornographic, and nobody knew these pornographic words. We did. Well, Mark knew it because Mark had that collection.
Right.
I'm gonna put on this episode where Mark and I talked about how he lied on me on our podcast. He lied, and because I asked him about the booty talk videos, and he said he ain't never had no porn. Because
Now see how he mixed it. First it was Snoop Dogg's video.
No,
now you saying it's booty talk. See, like
no, it started off with booty talk. Because I ain't never seen booty talk until I went to Mark's house, right?
You a lie.
I ain't never seen a black booty like the big one until Mark showed it to me. He got porn.
See?
And that girl had a big old butt, and I was just like, God damn. Oh man, I remember that shit.
No, it was probably Cherokee.
I was trying to help Wedo out because he liked that skinny ass Puerto Rican girl. That was kicking him out and locking him out.
He's
there.
like, you need a girl like this.
No, the Snoop Dogg shit, he lied right in front of Trina. Lied. I was like, no, that is not what happened. We were in Dallas. I remember the story all the way to the parking garage. And the nigga came up to him with the bootleg videotapes, and he said, I got this one. It was like 2 for $5 or some shit like that. Or 2 for $10. And Mark bought that shit. It was a Snoop Dogg. It was a bootleg cover of Snoop Dogg, right? It looked stupid as fuck. But it was like, those that don't know, Snoop like hosted a porn mixtape or some shit. I don't know what you would call it. It was like all this, it was all West Coast music and like up and coming rappers and stuff on the porn. They weren't on the porn, the music was, but then they had like for real porn stars. I did a remix for a porn, and I remember showing the girl at work, and I think I almost got in trouble for that. Not like a remix, like I did like a video edit. And I was trying to show Mark that shit, and some girl that like Mark that worked there as an intern or something, because she didn't like me. No, she didn't like me because I had messed with her friend that ran for Senate. Like she literally.
I think I remember hearing about this.
Yeah, and I was like, oh shit.
Go ahead and tell what you were doing, man.
I wasn't doing shit.
Oh, now you wasn't doing shit.
To hear that story and more, you gotta have to subscribe to our Patreon. We don't have it yet, but we will. That's why I know she lying. You still talk to her to today? Are you texting her right now, nigga? Just text her. Tell her, hey, why you fucking lie on food like that, you fucking bitch? Tell her.
Just go to wrap it up, nigga.
You see how Mark tried to? I talk about porn. This nigga want to talk about some shit nobody knows.
I know we got into some fucking crazy shit over porn.
Because he's stupid, man. Nobody fucking listening. He used to listen. He used to listen to Bird Brain Girls. You know, I knew like the real ones. He knew like all the Bird Brains, the ones that
All right, so let's talk about when you and Eddie went to go visit old girl.
To hear that story and more, you gotta have to subscribe to our Patreon. We don't have it yet, but we will. Okay, the only confession I can give with me and Eddie is before we would do the Friday night mix show, we would go next door and take like 8 tequila shots and then go to the
Yeah, that shit was fun.
That happened. I ain't never gone nowhere with Eddie. You just lying. You just be making up shit.
Okay.
You making up shit.
Okay.
Mark over here just be see how Mark we tried to just make up some shit to make me look bad? Because you know what's so sad? Them trifling ass girls from the Northeast is gonna believe him.
Whatever, nigga.
They gonna believe it. I told you Pooh ain't shit. See, this is the shit that I get to deal with. Well, you didn't have to deal with this shit. It always looked at me crazy. They be like, yo, Puss, I told you that nigga nasty. No, I'm not. These are rumors. These are rumors that Mark embraced. That was really what was wrong with Mark. That's why the whole show kind of fell apart because
No. You ain't getting that. You ain't getting away with that one, nigga. That's why the show fell apart. You had to tell everybody how you got that name, Anaconda Brown.
I don't even know. See, that's all that shit is like stuff that they see when Mark used to have hair, right? He would go to he would go to the salon. He would go to the salon and he would hear these girls talk and lie on me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, whatever, man. I used to be bald headed, so I ain't give a fuck about all that shit. I don't care about all that shit he talking about, man.
Biggest decade for Eddie coming out.
Look at him in the hot seat.
Hey, I'm good. I'm good. Y'all over here, not y'all. You over here lying. He's lying. They ain't never called me that. They called me the Brown Hornet. They called me
Anaconda Brown.
They never called me that. There's nobody in El Paso that called me that. So I don't know what.
Anaconda Brown.
That sounds like some bullshit that he made up. And that's all because he be over there DJing with Big Mike and them, and they be using those old school fucking car wash terms
Big
and
Mike
shit.
into it?
You bring everybody else in.
That's funny.
Y'all doing those old school 70s car wash terms. You remember the car wash, the movie Weather?
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to like put me with. And I'm like, nah, nigga, ain't nobody calling me no shit like that. I ain't never had no fucking high waters or fucking platform and shit, nigga.
Who? What was you gonna do if radio didn't work out?
I was gonna be a porn star.
Okay.
That's true.
Okay.
But that what does that got to do with it?
He used to say that shit.
Yeah.
I would have been a porn star, yeah.
And what was your name gonna be?
There wasn't that. It was not that. That was not that.
It wasn't that.
It wasn't that. I don't know where you came up with that name from. You've been DJing over there.
Brown.
You've been DJing over there with the old folks for a minute, boy.
Oh, hell no.
I wish my feet didn't hurt. I'd be doing the dance to the left and the right now just to be a dick. Big old afro.
Yeah, because that's the shit he on right now. And then they're gonna hear this, right? And they're gonna believe this nigga like 100% because they're gonna be like, I knew it. I knew it. That's what they're gonna say. I knew it. And I'm gonna be like, no the fuck. And then when I cuss them out, then they're gonna be offended because I'm gonna be like, y'all gonna sit up there and believe Mark's ass if you want. And when you believe
been getting called a motherfucker for many years. And ask why. Ask him why.
Why?
He was getting called a motherfucker because he was banging niggas' moms.
I was way before radio, nigga. That was year like nigga. I wasn't even 25 yet. I wasn't even 20. See, you see how he bring up old shit? Yeah, he bringing up shit that had nothing to do with this show. That shit, I was like 23, 24 years old. I got on the radio when I was 27, 28. So y'all relax.
Yeah, explain it.
No, because because people are stupid and they believe anything. You tell them they believe everything. So it's like, no, I was a piece of shit for real. Between 19 and 25, I was bad. But I think I think I relatively turned out all right. I turned out okay. Radio is a motherfucker though. Power was an experience. 104 was more the adult me. That's when I became like an adult. But yeah, all the stuff he explained didn't happen at that time. It didn't happen.
I did not have relations with that girl.
Didn't. What he thought. That shit he's talking about, the girl looking at me is crazy. Oh, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, that doesn't even sound like. No, I can't. I mean, I used to smoke a lot of weed, man, but I remember a lot of stuff. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I know.
There was a dude that worked at the station. He was an intern. He was a black dude, and we were doing one of the power jams. I think it's the one with Mystical and everybody. I think Ludacris and all that. And it was at Cohen Stadium, and he had to go out there. All the interns had to go out there and throw T-shirts and stuff. And so he didn't have like a jersey like the rest of us did. I think it was the red one. It was the red football jersey, the mesh one with our names in the back.
Okay, yeah.
You remember those jerseys? And then so I gave him my jersey because I used to hate wearing the jersey because it was so hot. I had a white tee on, and I don't know if y'all remember, I always bought a brand new pair of, which I think was stupid when I think back in retrospect. But
and then you made me do it too.
Yeah, I would always I was like, yo, we gotta buy the triple white Air Force Ones, right? And I remember I always wore a white tee under my jersey. So I would always take my jersey off, right? And so I gave him my jersey to wear. And I think I forgot to get it back. And he went on stage, threw the shirts and all this. So this girl sat up there and said, no. So this girl was coming to the radio station after the fact. She was coming to the radio station. She always would come to the radio station. But we didn't know she was always coming to the radio station until afterwards. But Slow was always in his office, and I was on the air. And at the time, the first time I remember, your sister used to fill in. So Raina would be there. And then after Raina was Crystal, Lyric. And so Lyric would leave at 9:00. This girl would be there, and she'd be around the wall. Hold on. She'd be on the wall. You want me to remove this other one? Okay. She would be like around, you know, where the bar, where the pool place was at? She was standing over there. And she would always call the hotline and hang up. And one time me and Slow walked outside, we saw her posted up right at the corner, nigga, like across the corner. I was like, what the fuck is that? Bill Struck calls me into the office, asking me if I know some girl, some Hispanic girl and all this. I'm like, nah, I don't know. Come to find out, that dude raped her. But he said it was
Oh
whining.
shit!
He was whining because he was wearing my jersey. And I was like, nah, that wasn't me. And I told Bobby, I was like, remember when I gave that dude my jersey to go throw t-shirts on the stage? I never got my shirt back. And Bobby was like, damn, I remember that. Yeah, I never got my jersey back. So I got exonerated from it, but it was the fact that that dude really did that shit. I don't even remember his name.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Shit started getting crazy a little bit. So I'm kind of fuzzy about a lot of stuff that happened towards the end. Like I want to say about 2006, 2007. I was on some real I don't give a fuck shit.
Yeah.
And then when it was the end of that era, it was I'll leave it like this. In 2001, I wrecked the Power 102 van. Right, you remember on Piedras, this is right before we moved to Mesa.
Yep.
When you drive down Piedras,
I remember I was there that day. Yeah.
Well, no, when I was driving the van, I think you were at the remote, but when I was driving, I didn't see the light. I saw the other light. You know, it goes like that, like it goes up and down.
Yeah.
I missed that other light and hit this car. So I was like, fuck. I already knew I was fired. And I didn't get fired. But Mike Ryan laughed. This is back in 2001, he laughed. 2006, December at the Christmas party. I knew that when I was there, I knew that was my last time I was going to be there. I knew. Don't ask me how I know. I didn't. You know, the Christmas parties were always like a fucking fiasco and shit. Like something bad always happening. I just felt like that was my year for something bad to happen, right? And Mike Ryan comes up. Mike Ryan, okay, that's when I found out Bill Struck was retiring. And Mike Ryan was going to be his successor. Mike Ryan introduced me to his wife. As I was walking by, I wasn't even bothering this motherfucker. Hey, this is Pooh. And he said, what did he say, Mark? He said some shit like, how did you get here? Because he was trying to make a joke about me wrecking the van. And I said, I took the bus. I said, I took the bus because I knew you were going to be here so I could rob you.
You said all that shit?
I said it to him. I didn't know he was about to be our boss.
Wow.
Then we were sitting there and they were giving all these awards to all the salespeople. And then my dumbass was like, God damn, how come they get all the awards and we're the ones that get the numbers? He said, don't worry about it. You're not going to be here next year.
Oh, shit.
Did you say that, Mark? Did you hear that, Mark? Can Mark hear us? Oh, wait. Mark just texted. Hold on.
You know, there was 4 black women, you know, centered there.
Oh, he said he can't hear. Can you? No, Mark can't hear. Can you hear? Okay, hold on, Mark. Hold on. Hold on, so we'll go back up. Okay. Okay, so he said, "Are you there, Wedo?"
I'm here. Sorry.
So he shit. When I got hold on, let me see.
You know, when I wrote Best Man,
Okay, can you
That
hear?
nigga was talking for fucking 30 minutes. I know he was saying all kind of shit.
No,
I
I
ain't hear
wasn't.
nothing.
We were talking about Mike Ryan, how he fired me.
Oh.
And what he did at the Christmas party, and I was asking you, remember when he sat up there and I said that shit about the salespeople, and he's like, "Don't worry about it, you're not gonna be there next year."
Yeah, well, you were clowning on TT because he's about to do another fucking circus trick in front of everybody after we told him not to do that shit.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I hated that dude.
That's
I don't know why. I just never liked him.
Nah, he's a good dude. It was just I felt like the station was using him as a prop, not a person.
Oh, all the time. All the fucking time.
Yeah, and I didn't like that about the one thing I didn't like about radio is they treated certain people as circus acts.
Yep.
And at this time, you already were gone. I didn't believe in none of that shit. Like I helped Metro get his money. You know what I'm saying? When he spent that whole year DJing with us and he ain't never get paid. Like when I started seeing injustices happening, I spoke up. Now I wonder if I would have just kept my mouth shut, if I would have still kept my job.
Yeah.
But then at that point, who the fuck would I be? You know what I'm saying? And when you look at it that way, like integrity is everything to me, man. I'd rather be the bad guy to the story than the good guy that's a simp. I can't be the simp, man. Fuck that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Fuck that shit. And if it wasn't for this show, when Francisco called me, this is the exact words he said. Because I always thought it was hilarious how he did it. He goes, when your name came up, I said, fuck that guy. I just, like the owner of the work was like, fuck that guy. And I was like, oh, you said that about me? And he was like, yeah, man, we couldn't stand you. And I was like, for real?
Wow.
I thought it was dope. Because I was like, yo, you actually know who I am? You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought it was dope that you had a feeling about me. Like, I didn't know that you had a feeling about what we did and all the fucked up shit. It's radio, nigga. It ain't really translate with like us. He was like, yeah, man, we put everybody against you. And he was like, you and that other guy, and that other guy talking about Mark. Y'all were too much. And I couldn't afford to put 3 people against you. I was like, I mean, you could have. You could have put a whole fucking 10, 12 football or 12 member fucking football team against us. You're not gonna win. Because you're not gonna say what we would say. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna come off and be like, you know, I'm gangster and all that. You're not doing none of that. We were doing that. Well, I think you did it because you were at the time you were so young, you didn't have a filter.
Yeah.
I did it because it was the last thing that I had. That I had to come off. Like me and Mark were older, so it was like, yo, we had to come off on a. We just had to come off like that. Is that Mark?
It's gotta be right. It ain't me. I checked.
Yeah, that's what I mean, because it's quiet in my house. Mark always got something going on with his shit. Okay.
He really does. He fucking his kick back in the day always fucking going.
Oh my god! All right, so we're almost wrapping up here, man. And again, 23 years since we started this shit, and it was great. And we broke a lot of records, and we broke a lot of moments, and we did a lot of dumb shit, and we almost got fired a bunch of times, but we kind of lasted as long as we could. And I think I wouldn't change nothing about anything that we did. and how we did it, I would keep it exactly the same. There's nothing I would do to go back and say that. Like I wouldn't go back and be like, nah, we should have did this different. There's nothing. I think we did.
No, yeah, it was perfect, man.
Yeah, I think we did everything. The chemistry was there organically, not we bumped heads in the beginning trying to get it right, but we got it right. And then when we got it right, we did that shit. We just did it. And there's nobody that can recreate it. That won't never be recreated in no radio, no night show in the country, period. That will never happen again.
True indeed.
They don't have the budget for it. So, so with that being said, we're gonna get out of here, man, so we can get some sleep. And I don't know what the hell happened to Mark again, but we'll tell Mark. Man, fuck him. He needs to have it together. Yeah, he needs this shit together.
I remember a midnight joke. What was that one?
The what?
Didn't he have a nickname Midnight at some point or some shit?
No. When I did the intro, I was doing our intro talking about us, and I used a lot of the Chappelle Show. So
okay.
I used the Chappelle Show to introduce us, and then when I said MARC X, he was like, "Darkness, everybody, darkness."
Oh yeah, that's right.
Used to hate that shit.
Yeah, he used to get them big ass eyes all mad and shit.
Man, I always gave that nigga the blues, man. You used to be so mad. I was like, darkness, everybody, darkness. And it was all from the Chappelle Show. Because that's our intros always came from something. So when Mark got on, we did name intros, and they had your name, my name, and then Mark's name was the darkness. I forgot what mine and yours was, but it was a skip. Like I used to take little pieces of the skip from the Chappelle Show.
Yep, I remember those.
Yeah, man. And that again, nobody was doing intros that night like that. So
yep.
All right, man. So we're gonna get up out of here. I don't know what the fuck happened to Mark, but Mark, you're gonna be all right.
I'm right here.
Oh, well, you're not on the camera, nigga.
Yeah, because you cut me off.
No, I did. I can't control your camera, bro.
Yeah, right.
It's you.
I wish you had the button to play the darkness shit right now.
Hold on, Wedo. I got something for you. Hold on.
That was me. But if your camera screen is marked off, just push the button, nigga. That's all. I think that's all. You can't hear me anymore?
Yeah.
You didn't hear what I said?
Yeah.
There's nothing on your phone that says anything?
Nah.
What's funny is the damn commercial playing as while the shit goes on.
Huh?
Do you hear that commercial?
That's Mark. Is that Mark?
Yeah, that's
Gotta be
Wedo.
him.
That's how he sounds like now when he be talking.
He think he's funny.
All right, y'all. We getting him out of here, man. But again, he's killing me, nigga.
Man,
I don't even know where he got that from.
me neither, man. I miss these days.
Yo, they're sitting by the campfire. You better shut up, man.
All you need is banjo.
Yo, they're roasting marshmallows and shit.
Oh,
That's why I've been keeping my beer covered. Fuck you.
I got one more minute. We got to get out of here. So thank you, DJ MARC X, and thank you, Wedo, again for coming through, man. We're going to have to do this again very soon. It is Recession Proof 281-406-0057. I will holler. We will holler.